Okay, so it's week 5, last week of the first segment. We still have the recovery week next week, but this is technically the last week of the first segment, which is the one of 30, segment 1 set, 30 reps. It's a problem with having mustache. Water gets in there. Water stays in there, falls out. Anyway. It's morning, you know, I'm gonna be weird. So, I have to take my glasses off. I can't see what I'm doing. Day one. Yep, day 1. Okay. So yeah, it's the last week of the first segment, the 1 of 30 segment. We have recovery week next week, and then we go into the 2 of 15, which means everything is increasing in weight, regardless of what we're doing this week, okay? And that's how it's going to progress every segment as well. We are going to treat the last week as if it's not the last week of the segment, as if the next week we're going to do the exact same routine. So when we write down the weight that we used and the weight that we think we can use the next week, we are going to treat it as if we were doing the exact same thing. So just like last week, just like the week before, no different. Pay no attention to what you're going to be doing in the week in 2 weeks. With the 2 of 15, just write it down as if you were doing the exact same thing with no changes, other than the weight that you want to change. If you are following me, if you're doing this. If you were in here yesterday, you know that I posted results pictures over here, YouTube, and for you guys on the other platforms, I posted a result video, my weekly result video, which I've done every week so far, in my fitness journey playlist on TikTok and on YouTube. It's a TikTok video that I just re-uploaded to YouTube. That's how I'm doing it. So, first come, first served, I guess would be TikTok. That's not really the right. So anyway, but just to recap real fast, over the last 4 weeks, it's been 1 month since I started doing this. Anybody who's been in here watching me, I appreciate it. Even you, Jimmy, on Twitch, little troll. Yeah, so I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any videos of me on anything other than my own platforms. So maybe he was just trolling to troll. That's sitting. Twitch can see all my junk over here. Not junk. I mean, there's some stuff, but there's like a paint can. There's a mini fridge. It's not plugged in. A couple stupid things on top of it. A broken home steam cleaner thing. Those little pet ones, and a whole bunch of those grocery bags in the closet in there. There's a box. A couple small things. It's not really bad. But it looks kind of trashy in the corner because they're plastic bags. But anyway, so yeah, last week of the first series, it's been 1 month, so I posted my 1 month results, and I am down just about, I think, almost 6.5 pounds already. Just doing this 1 of 30 routine with some minor warm-up / cardio. I mean, I'm only doing 15 to 20 minutes max. I mean, the ab jam video goes just about 20 minutes. The 20-minute workout, I stop before the cool down, so that's probably like 17 minutes. And then the learn and burn is only 15 minutes, and again, I stop before the cool down, but I think that's only like 30 seconds left on it. Either way, those are very minor. The hardest one to do of the 3 is the 20-minute workout, which, again, you can make them as intense or as light as you want to. So I start with those as my warm-up, just because they're fun. I like doing them. They're fun. I'll admit it. I've admitted it every time I've said this, so it's fun to do. And then doing my roughly 25-minute to 45-minute very lightweight 1 set workout. one set per exercise. There's roughly 6 to 9 exercises per day. Actually, I believe there's 10 exercises Monday, Tuesday, 6 on Wednesday, and then that repeats Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Different exercises, but the same setup. Leg day only has 6 exercises. But because it's leg day, they take just about as long to do. And then I talk all the way through it because I'm stupid. I'm not stupid, I just procrastinate and waste my time. Kind of like I'm doing right now. Not really, but kind of giving recaps and stuff. So anyway, yeah, 6 pounds, almost 6.5 pounds. I don't remember the exact numbers. I remember this one. 3.9% body fat. Again, it's one of those electronic scales that you step on that reads your basically the water resistance in your body, so that can fluctuate. And I've repeatedly said, don't look at that as accurate. If it goes up, it goes up. If it goes down, it goes down. Great. It's going to fluctuate, but it only should fluctuate within 1%. Okay. Most likely, it's going to only fluctuate. Tag on these shorts. It's fucking shit. It's flipped up. Okay, body fat. It will most likely only fluctuate somewhere a few points, like 29.7. It might go up to 29.1, like mine did. And then you'll step on it the next day, just to test it. You don't want to keep doing that every day, but you step on it the next day, same times, first thing in the morning after you've done everything you need to do in the morning when you get up, other than eat and drink anything. You know what I mean. You step on the scale and it's back down another 1.5%. It's only going to fluctuate a little bit, but if it's just consistent, if you notice that it's consistently going down, it goes back up, it goes down, it goes back up, it goes down. It's going the right way. Okay, so I don't want you to get discouraged if you're using one of those machines that reads your body fat percentage, because it does fluctuate. And your weight will fluctuate a lot less, but it will, because if you're doing any type of weight training, even if it's what I'm doing right now, you're still going to gain a little bit of muscle. All right? So you might notice that you're going down a pound every week, and then you only go down a half pound the next week, or you don't go down at all the next week. Okay? There's a lot of things that can come into play with that. Okay? One, like I said, you're gaining muscle. All right? 2, whatever you ate yesterday hasn't settled yet and digested completely or properly. And that being said, things you've eaten for the week haven't, done their thing yet and vacated your body yet. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of different things that come in play, but as long as you are going down consistently, with a few hiccups here and there, that doesn't mean it's not working for you. I don't want you to get discouraged just because you see it one time every so often going the wrong way. Okay? That's why you want to keep track, from your workout, keep track of what you're doing. Unless you're just using exercise videos, like this Turbo Sculpt video that we'll be doing next week, at least once. You're just holding the same weights the entire time. So you'll know that you're doing, I'm doing 3-pound weights this week, and then the next week, I'm going to do 5-pound weights. You don't, and you're going to know what you're doing. You don't really have to track that. But if you're doing things like a little more complicated, more in-depth or intense, you'll want to write down everything that you're doing. You want to make sure that if you can't pump out 15 reps on your 2 of 15, you need to make sure you write down 14 at that weight. All right? Everything needs to be tracked so you know where you're at. And that goes for your weight and measurements as well. So you want to make sure that you are tracking everything to know where you're at. Okay, now a lot of you heavier set people, like, again, I'm not trying to be mean, grossly obese people, most likely the thing you're only going to worry about right away is weight, okay? Measurements aren't really going to help you until it kind of tightens up a little bit. I could be wrong. I'm not a fitness trainer. I'm not an athletic trainer. This is just my opinion on it, okay? I know mostly what I'm talking about, but not everything is 100%. I don't want you to think that I'm trying to give anybody health advice for the most part. I can tell you what I think you should do. I can tell you what I do. I can give you some ideas to go off of, but I don't want you to take my word 100% as fact without double checking what I'm saying, okay? So, take what I say, fact check me. If I'm wrong, jump in my videos and tell me that I was wrong. Be nice about it, because I'm not trying to be mean to you and say like, oh yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing, I know what I'm talking about, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Again, I'm telling you to go double check me, so. But, the main thing you're obviously worried about if you're grossly obese is to lose that weight, alright? And once you start getting down to, I'd say where I am, which is still obese, then you might want to, then you can start tracking like your measurements and stuff, see where you're at with that. I will probably start adding measurements as soon as this fat goes away, and I start going into building, and I'll start like measuring my, muscles as well. But right now, my concern, just like I said, your concern might be, is to lose the fat, okay? I'm not going to have much change in my muscles doing these very light weights, but this should be coming off fairly consistently, at least until we start hitting 3 to 10, and then the muscles will start working a little harder. Yeah. So, I think that's it. I hope that's it. I've been talking too long. I've been talking less than I normally do. So, yeah, like I said, if you're following me for this last week, this black one's not a week, but this dark one's not. This dark one's darked out for a reason. Darked out. Whatever. Write everything down exactly the same way you would if you were doing one more week of this exact same series. Yes, and then next week we'll do a recovery week. As of right now, I'm still planning on doing the Turbo Jam recovery week that I have set up. I might look into this week to see if there's other stuff that I can do other than the Turbo Jam that's different enough from what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get off of using other people's videos. Not because they don't work. They work great, and I will say that every last breath, every time I video. They work great. Beachbody.com, Beachbody On Demand, has phenomenal workout for you to follow. If you don't want to follow me, or you don't have the weights set up, like this is minor compared to what some people have, but if you don't have all the stuff, you can buy a couple dumbbells, you can buy a couple ankle weights. They're not super expensive. You don't have to go hard and go big if you're just trying to lose weight and tone up. Alright? And if you're just trying to lose weight and tone up, these Turbo Jam videos, I know they seem very, very girly, but they're very good. They work great. They always have 2 guys in there as well, so you know it's not just for girls. Just like the guy ones always have a girl or 2 in there, a lot of the more modern ones are more mixed up a little better, but yeah. Oh, if you were watching my TikToks last night, I'm not sure why I'm bringing this up, but because it had nothing to do with working out. But yesterday there was a raccoon just laying. Me and my neighbor's yards are probably, let's say this is the outside of his house right here. Alright, this is the outside wall in between our houses of his house. My door is probably literally, my wall is probably about that far. Roughly. So it's not a big space. But anyway, there was a raccoon that was kind of just curled up right here, next to one of his basement windows. He has those little things that go curved, little cutout, you know, goes around the basement windows. So I wasn't sure what was going on. Just laying there, wouldn't move, wouldn't budge. Tried to give it some food and water, wouldn't budge. Just kept looking at me, shaking a little bit. I'm like, tried to call somebody. Nobody would answer the phone except for one lady. She said she won't do it because she's legally required to put down every raccoon that she picks up, regardless of its condition, which I think is a stupid law. I understand the rabies issue, but it's a stupid law. There's no reason, okay? There's no reason to kill an animal except for necessity, okay? And that could be food. Okay, I eat meat. That could be food. That could be protection, either yourself or somebody else. And it could be population control. Unfortunately, that's a realistic thing. Warmth, you know, because you can use fur, you know, if you need it. Safety, save your, you know, basically to save your life. Food and clothing out of it. That's what the ancients used to do. So, the ancients. It's what some tribal people still do. Some people still do it, and anyway, so it's just laying there. I'm like, it's probably sick, but it could just be exhausted. Maybe it got in a fight with a dog and it's just resting. You know, it's been running forever or something and finally got away and it's resting. But you would think if I came around, it would have taken off. And then about an hour later, it moved a little bit, you know, about a foot, and then stopped and slept. And then another hour later, it moved again. It was all curled up. But it was breathing. It was alive. And, you know, I posted another picture. My kids came to pick me up at 6:30-ish to go see Doctor Strange. I'll mention that in a second. And then, see, I'm never done talking. I'm never done talking. Anyway, yeah, so I was just laying there. We go see the movie, we come back, you know, and now it's like dark outside and getting cold. It's still there. That was my last update last night. And I had my own cats in here. I know distemper is different for dogs, it's a different virus. They get distemper, it's a canine distemper. So it's the same for dogs. I don't have dogs right now, but I have 3 cats, and it's a different virus. However, rabies is rabies. And according to what I've read on distemper and what I've read on rabies, and some people that pointed out in my videos, very well could have been those, so I decided to look them up as well. And I thought it might have been something like that too, but that's why I didn't want to go near it. They get lethargic, they get confused, seem like they have paralyzed legs, and this seemed to be the case there. Seem to move every so often. But anyway, I went out this morning and it was dead. So, I know that's a great note to start the workout on. It happens. It's a wild animal. And it's a raccoon. They're prone to these things. They only live for like 2 to 3 years. You know, I didn't know that. They only live for like 2 to 3 years in the wild. I thought they lived longer than that. Seems to be the shortest time lifespan of an animal, a mammal that I've seen. Are there any that have shorter? Anybody know? Is there any that have shorter? So anyway, no spoilers, okay? But if you are planning to take little kids to go see Doctor Strange, remember how intense in-game was? Like, intense. It's very intense, and it can be very scary for little kids, alright? If you were a little kid and you went to go see like Freddy Krueger and Jason and things like that, there's a lot of similar elements in there. I'm not going to give anything away, but it is almost horror movie level quite a bit in there. That's all I'm going to tell you. It has some very scary elements to it that I would advise going to see it before you take your little kids to see it. All right. If you're not going to let them watch like Jason and Freddy and things like that, I mean, they don't get like super like intense with like slicing people, you know. But let's picture more paranormal activity and things like that. Things that have a lot of jump scares and scary imaging, things like that. So I would highly advise you to go see it before you take little kids to go see it. That's all I'm going to say about it. Other than that, it was a great movie. I highly recommend it. And like I said, I don't want to give any spoilers away on anything, so I'm not going to. That's all I'm going to say. Just fair warning. Take your kids to see it, they might have nightmares. Alright, that's enough chit-chatting. It's always enough chit-chatting. It was enough chit-chatting as soon as I opened my mouth. Nobody's watching me anyway. It doesn't matter, I can talk all I want. Anybody on Twitch? I see somebody joined me, but I don't know if they're still there or not. Hi. So, alright. Today's warm-up, you guys should know by now, is the 20-minute workout by Turbo Jam. And we'll get started. I don't have my glasses on. And my elbow's been a little wonky today. Wonky, that's my like big word to use this morning, so I'm wearing my compression sleeve. I don't like to wear it when I work out because it's sweaty.
Welcome to your 20-minute Turbo Jam. This is the perfect workout when you're short on time, but you need a big calorie burn. So for low impact modifications, keep your eyes on Mindy, or my girl, Anarita. They're going to show you how to do it low impact. We're going to show you how to do it with a lot of enthusiasm and have a great time. Make sure you've got a bottle of water and a towel, a big smile, and a good attitude. You guys ready to party? Let's go. Roll those shoulders, roll them. Now start off small, because we're just getting you warmed up. We're going to build into this gradually, and this will be guaranteed the best 20 minutes of your day. You guys ready? Okay. Double bomb me. Now give me a jab to the front, but nice and easy. Single jab, but don't snap those elbows. Stay control. Double bomb. Now a cross punch. Single cross. Hit the corners. Perfect. Double bomb. Now it's a hook. If you're sliding your elbow across the shelf, single. Double bomb. Uppercut. Up and away. Now single. Away from your own face. Now let's march right. Pivot. Arms up. Pull. Imagine you're grabbing someone by the shoulders and you're pulling them down. That's it. Just like that. Pull them down. Yeah, that's where you get all those calories. Upper body, lower body. Singles for 8 on one side. Bring that elbow back behind your hip. Switching to the other way. We're burning calories right out of the gate. Pull it. Pull it. Now this one I want you to freeze. Hold it and extend. Yep. Big circles out. Pull it around. Deal. 2 more. And now lap. Pull down. Reach all the way up. Pull down. Hip flexion. Push it forward. Sit back into that hamstring. And again. Step back. One more time. 2 more times. Again. Now hold it. Drop that toe. Step over. And get your groove on. It's whatever you want. Just shake it, alright? Now stretch it out to the left. Other side. Push it in. Good. Marching left knee. Hit it. Pull. Arms all the way up. Good. The more energy you can use from head to toe, the more calories you're going to burn this 20 Press your hip forward. Nice. Good. Keep your knees soft. Never lock out any of the joints. One more time. And hold it down. All right, drop that toe. Bust your move. Come on, party. Hey. Hey. 3. Here we go. Lunge your clap. Other way. All right, now bring it in and pump it out to one side. Stretch out those hips. You're ready, guys. Now jump rope. And anytime you want to see how
going like this.
Keep your eyes on Margarita. She has lost 75
Really stretch
pounds.
your hips out.
And she never has her feet leave the ground. All right? Nice job.
Again, I just remind you, you can do this as intense or as light as you need to.
We're start with those uppercuts. I want you to aim for under my chin, right towards me. You guys ready? Uppercuts. Now to the corner. So right under my chin, and then under the corner. And it's out, up, and away from your own face. Now we're going to add those hooks. Good, uppercut. Now hook. Pump it to me. Pump it. Now you can either do this nice and low like this, or get funky. Just have a good time, because you know what? This is your workout. I want you to enjoy it. Let's go. Uppercut. Now hook. Uppercut. Hook. Pump it. That's it. That feel good. Got those abs working already. Here we go. Uppercut. Hook. Uppercut. Hook. Pump it. Pump it. Pump it. Hey, you can house it too. That's what they do in Hawaii. Can we add on? Elbows low. Low and high. Low and high. Got one hand here by my face. You want to keep a low impact? You're right here. Or all the way up here. That's up to you. Listen to your body. Let's move on. We're together. Uppercut. Now look. Uppercut. Hook. Pump it. Elbow. One more time. Bring it up. Now look. Up. And hook. Pump it. Pump it. Let's go. Yeah. Elbow. Elbow. All right. Moving on. Jump rope. Nice work. And the exact same thing, but on your opposite lead. Are you having a good time yet? You're burning calories. You probably don't even realize you're exercising. We're so glad you're at a party. You guys ready? Uppercut. Now look. Uppercut again. Hook it. Come all the way around with that hook. All the way around your body. Ho! Ho! Now pump it. Hey! 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 Pump it, pump it. That's your abs right here. Work those abs. Oh! Yeah! Uppercut. Now look. Uppercut. Hook. Pump it, baby. Look at me. Hey, that's nice. Good job. Do it again. Yeah, baby. Now elbows low. Low. High. Low. High. Remember, you can modify this. You say with a low impact right here. That's up to you. Should we put together? Uppercut. Now hook. Good. Uppercut. Hook. Pump it, baby. We're gonna add those elbows. Elbow. Hook. 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 Uppercut last time. Taking me. Do it again. Pump it. I know. Lead this thing into Holly. Elbows. Hook. Hook. Good. Jump rope.
Alright, so I do this without spitting it out again.
Oh, yeah. You guys are doing an amazing job. I want you to keep the energy nice and high, because we're about to get to the party train. You guys ready for the party train? Okay, here we go. Jab, cross, speed bag. Jab, cross, speed bag back by your ear. Work out those hips. Nice, do it again. Again, now on that cross, come all the way around your body. Speed bag back here by your ear. Jab, cross. The more you put into it, the more calories you're going to burn. workouts you're gonna have. Jab cross. Speed bag. Good. Tap that foot out. I'm ready to take this ride. Are you ready to take this ride? Alright, then move to me. Come on. There you are, baby. I know. Leave this thing in the hallway. I know what I'm good at. And I know where my weaknesses are. You ready to add me? Want to keep that train? Party train. It's coming. Now I want your energy build. Feel your energy coming up from your toes. Here it comes. Get on that train, baby. Enemy! Oh! Come on, Angela, let's go. Hey! Oh! Nice job, guys. Now back kick front knee. Look over that shoulder. Oh! Ooh, feel those abs contract. Every time you lift the knee, lift your hip with it. Feet together, core crosses up. Knee big back, and a knee. Beautiful. Back kick front knees. Hey. This time I want you to just do one, okay? Knee bag and a knee. Back kick, front knee. Again. Nice. Jump rope.
The harder you go, the more thirsty you get.
Okay, get used to that sound. That's your cue for turbo. That's our signature move. We're going to take your intensity up. Now pace yourself, but I want you to push yourself. It's a minute and 30 seconds. We're going to start with a football drill. Turn to your right, back, and front. Now turn right again. Come on, baby, work it. Are you pushing? Back to front. Good. Now 8 knees on one side. Good. You can balance this, or you can tap that toe down. Switch. Reach all the way up, baby. Okay, now run forward. The blocks come across your body. Boom. Do it again. Take that intensity up. Are you there? Come on. Push yourself. Take it across. One more time. You're almost there. Come on. This is it. Jump rope. Last second. Now double it up. Singles. Oh yeah. Double it up.
Woo!
Yeah.
See,
Nice.
Mace,
Now,
if you watched the first week,
moving. Make sure water like these guys are.
nowhere near as intense as that.
Dry up. But I need you to keep moving. Promise
I'm probably
me that.
sweating just as much.
You gotta keep moving. That's the whole point of an anaerobic drill. You take your heart rate very high. You're out of breath, not breathless completely. But you have to work very hard.
Anyway,
You have to keep moving right when you finish. So that we
and
make
again,
sure
in
we're
another 4
together.
weeks or so,
That's it, you guys.
I'll probably be a little more intense with it.
Very close to being at the end. So get your second win. Put a big smile on your face. Because this is how we're going out. Are you guys ready? Stomp uppercut. Somebody say hey. There you go. All the way up and all the way to the side. All out away from your own face. Right into your jab cross. Nice. Now check out my back foot. See how the
then you, then off. Okay. Alright, so quick reminder, a quick side note, I guess. The key to the aerobic exercise is in the legs. Your legs burn the most calories because it's doing the most. So if you're doing those punches and you're just, that's fine to start with. Okay, if you're haven't worked out in like the longest time or never, that's fine to start with. All right, as long as you're moving more, just this isn't going to do shit for you at all. Period. Okay. Put a little twist in it, and when you can start moving your legs, move your legs a little bit. Okay, even if it's just this. And as you get into it, get more into it, you're like, I can go a little harder. I can go a little harder. And then you get into it. That's where you're going to burn the most calories. It's in your legs, moving your legs. Because it's pushing the most weight. So yeah. That's also the reason why I don't do something like that on leg day. Okay? That has a lot of leg push, and that's why I do the minor one, the learn and burn, on Wednesday. You can still make it more intense, but it's not going to be anywhere near as intense as you can make that, because you're not using a lot of legs. You do, I mean, you do kicks and stuff, which does require some energy to burn. Obviously, it's going to burn some energy off, calories off, but it doesn't put a lot of focus on the lunging or the squatting to do your work. You'll notice when I get into the next week, when I do the cardio party, I think it's cardio party mix 1 is the one I'm going to be doing at least once. I will be doing that at least once. Notice they do these things. Alright? This isn't going to do shit for you. This might do a little bit. This is going to burn the most calories. Alright, that's something I would never do on the same day or the day after leg day. If I was doing that cardio and leg day, that would not fall on a leg day. Or even the day after, the morning after, or something like that. Because, ow. Alright? But, since today's Monday and leg day is in 2 days, and leg day was 2 days ago, we're good. I lied. I'm doing that one again on Thursday, which is the day after leg day. But again, that one's not too bad. I mean, you can make it. Like I said, I can come really far down here if I really wanted to, you know. But yeah. Now, one of the things I want to say that I don't like about those videos, I know I've mentioned it before, occasionally, like, she miscounts. I think she only miscount once. You know, like on the tomorrow's the ab jam, where she's doing the squat leg lifts. Like, she does 8 over here. Then she does these 16 singles. Then she does 7. You can see the guy in the back. I think his name is Tony, the guy with the ponytail. The white guy with the ponytail. He gets confused. And the more you do this, the more you notice the little things, and it makes it funny. Because she does 7, everybody else follows suit, and then he's like, for like 2-3 seconds, it's funny. And then occasionally you'll see somebody else mess up, and they try to pan away. Occasionally you'll see her mess up. You know, she'll say, all right, she'll call the right thing out, but do the last exercise. And she's like, oh, you know. And then she kind of laughs it off. So, I think part of the key to why they don't re-edit those videos and start them over and redo them is to make sure that you know, because they stated a few times that mistakes still burn calories. So you can make mistakes. They make mistakes, and they've rehearsed that. They make mistakes. It's not a big deal if you make a mistake. Now there is one thing that does kind of bother me, is that she'll do one side, you know, she'll do like a total of maybe 8 rounds of the exercise, the full exercise. You know, because you do one, you do this, and then you add on, and you do this, and then you do them together, and you add on again, you have to do the whole thing together. And she'll do like 6 or 8 of those total, and then she'll switch the other side, and then she'll do like half of them. And that bothers me. You know, that's not really a mistake. That's just like you timed yourself wrong. you know, you didn't split it perfectly down the center for what you were supposed to do. And that's also part of the reason why I feel kind of like I'm not sure if I can make my own cardio for anybody to follow along, is because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it right to make sure I'm even following it properly. Because I don't have a team to make sure that I'm switching and doing this, and somebody cueing me and, you know, holding cue cards up and say, all right, jabs, all right, front kicks, all right, back kicks, all right, shake your booty, whatever the hell it is. I don't have somebody reminding me when to change and timing this out properly. Now, eventually, I could probably sit down and do this. I could write this out, I could sit down and do it, and I could probably do it, and I could eventually get off of these, but still doing the same kind of stuff. Again, nothing wrong with these, it's just they're somebody else's copyrighted material. And though YouTube has so far said there's no issue with at least these ones, but my P90X stretch day and my Turbo Fire stretch day, they completely block the videos for copyright because of the audio. So, for some reason these aren't an issue. Maybe these have the DCMAs removed, or whatever that thing is. Or they don't even have them on there. This might be it. That could be the reason. The other ones have them. I don't know. But I would like to have my own whole thing that's mine. And granted, it'll probably be a lot like that. So I can do that. But anyway, I'm gonna refill my water, do a quick reminder on how to do your tracking today, and then we'll get started. Before my burn wears off. Mustache here, ear here, something like that. Something like that. All right. Okay, I'm going to turn the music on here in just 1 second. I don't want to scream over what I'm saying. All right, once again, I'm going to remind everybody today is the last week of 1 of 30. Okay, 1 set, 30 reps, very lightweight. All right. Next week is recovery week. The week after we start the new segment, which is 2 of 15, which means every weight that we have done, we are ending on, is going up, regardless of how we feel about it. It's going up at least 2 to 3 pounds. It's not a lot. At least 2 to 3 pounds per side on most of the body, except for squats and seated calf raises. Squats and seated calf raises, that's all 3 of them, by the way. That's going to be the front squats, the back squats, not the plie squats. Plie squats, you need to be a little more careful, a little more structured, because you're going to lose your balance. So if you jump up 10 pounds in increments every time, you're probably not going to adjust your body to make sure you're sitting right. Plus, you're really only using these, a little bit of these, but a lot of your inner thighs to push it up. So that's going to be a lighter, you need a lighter weight for that. It's going to be a smaller muscle group. So, the front squats, the back squats, and the seated calf raises will go up 5 pounds per side. So obviously that's why I say 5 pounds per side. 10 pounds total, 5 pounds per side, because we're using weights that are using a barbell for all 3 of those. Yeah, we're using a barbell for all 3 of those. So 5 pounds per side. You know, seated calf raises, no, leg extensions, leg curls will go up 5 pounds total. There's only 1 bar here. Everything else is going to go up 2 to 3 pounds per side, and I say 2 to 3 instead of 2.5 because I have 3 pounds, I have 5 pounds, I have 8 pounds, I have 10 pounds, I have 12 pounds, I have 15 pounds, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Then I have all these little weights, these extra dumbbell things that I can make higher if I need to. I can put plate weights on these other dumbbells and make them 45, 50, and so on, until I buy more dumbbells. But I can still make the 2 to 3 pound increment because I can go 15. I can add the 2 pound wrist weights because they have a little thumb hook on there and they Velcro across, which will add 2 pounds to that. So it would go to 17, then I can go to 20, 2, 3, and then I can go 20 to 22, and 2 to 25. So we have smaller increments to make it easier to move up in weight and still complete our set. The goal is always to complete your set. All right, don't try to push out heavier weights you can't do properly. All right, it's like just the best example I have is my overhead tricep extensions. All right, I can usually knock out this arm just fine, and when I switch to this arm, even without the elbow issues because my left arm is weaker, I can probably do, like, I'll knock out 10 of these, but the 10th one I'll be like, oh, I get the 10th one out. Obviously using heavier weights than I'm using now. This one I'll get 3, but what the fuck? And I'm sitting here going, kind of tapping my hand to help bring it up. That doesn't help. It helps a little bit, but at the same time, if I should probably drop it back down. Okay, but sometimes you can't. You drop it back down, and you're going like, yep, that's easy. So you add the 2 pounds, the extra 2 pounds, and then you're like, oh, that'll work. Okay, and then the other reminder I want to make sure, since I've mentioned that, is because of that issue with one arm being stronger than the other. Do not rely on your strong arm. On your strong arm to increase your weight. Increase your weight by your weaker side. Okay? If you're pumping out 10 at 15 pounds here, and you're barely getting 6, 7 to 8 on 15 pounds here, you need to wait. Let this one settle. This one, just do your 15. Get this one to 15. Once you can get 15 in here, and you're like, yep, I can add weight to this one. Then add weight. And you'll eventually start to even yourself out. Use your weaker side to increase your weight. All right? Don't act like a big badass. Well, I can do 30 pounds, but you can only do like 17, 18, 20 here. All right? You don't want to look like what's his name? Who was it? It was Sean Astin's character. Was it Sean? Was it in 50 First Dates where he had the one strong arm? Because he's only working out the one arm. I don't think that was 50 First Dates. It was Sean Astin though. What movie was that? Anybody know? Anybody watching me? Somebody's there. It was Sean Astin. He was only working out one arm. Sean Astin, by the way, is Bob on Stranger Things, Mikey on Goonies, Sam on Lord of the Rings, Drew Barrymore's sister in 50 First Dates. Maybe it was that movie. I don't know. That was one of the goofy ass movies. So maybe it was. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, all right. Let's turn this music on. Before I just keep sitting here and being goofy. Did I stop that? I didn't stop that, did I? No. Okay. I gotta stick my fingers in Instagram's face. Turn the music on, even though nobody's there. It's like tranquil. This is like smoke a blunt after a breakup type music. I don't do that, by the way. I don't. Honestly, I don't. I have absolutely nothing against it if you're doing it, whatever. You know, I don't want to sit there and sit behind your car while you're hotboxing shit. Doing it recreational, I don't really care. Doing it medicinal, I obviously don't care. I don't like the smell of it. I don't. I can't stand the smell of it. Alright, so I'm done fucking around. I'm gonna have to keep an eye here on Instagram, make sure it doesn't turn off. Alright, so it is chest, shoulders, triceps, part 1. First exercise is going to be the bench press. We did 35 pounds last week. We are doing 40 this week. So I need 20 pounds. I need 10 pounds on each side. That makes 30. Quick clamps, I highly recommend them. They make them for standard, they make them for Olympic. And I'm not talking about those grippy ones, you know, those little... I'm not talking about these grippy ones. These little pinchy things. They work. They work. How about these ones? Can you see it? It just clamps down like that on there. There's a rubber insert in here that grips it. I gotta show YouTube. These things. They're awesome. Sorry, live streamers. I bumped my cable. So yeah, these work. These are so much nicer. Then of course you have the twisty things on the other dumbbell stuff, you know, that they work. There's more time consuming. But as I found out, these quick clamps still work on the twisty ones. So you don't have to worry about the twisty ones if you don't want to. Alright, anyway, 10 is 20, and a 20-pound bar is 40. Alright, no more fucking around. Let's get this done. I need my spot bars. I probably don't need them, but I don't want anybody saying I'm doing things the wrong way. There we go. Safety first. All right. Alright, now remember, we're writing this down as if you were doing 1 to 30 again next week. Alright, so that was 40 pounds. I did my 30 reps. And the only reason I made a little stop is because I felt my back wasn't sitting properly on the bench. Like I was off center a little bit. So I was like kind of trying to wiggle myself over slightly. So I believe I could actually take that up to 45. So we're going to put a plus there. Now what that technically means, make sure I'm clear on that, what that technically means is that if we were doing 1 to 30 again next week, I would take it up to 45. Okay, that should be obvious. That's what we've been doing for the last 5 weeks, 4 weeks. Almost 5 weeks now. It's the 5th week, whatever. However, when we go to the 2 of 15, that's not going to be 45. It's going to go up to 50. Okay? Because we're splitting the set in half. So like I said, on 1 of 30, you really shouldn't feel it until after you hit about 22 to 25. That's when it should hit you, and you start like, oh, now I can feel it. So doing 2 of 15, you shouldn't feel this at 15. So we have to bump it up higher. So again, if we were doing 1 to 30, we would take that to 45 next week. Since we are going to a 15, we are changing our set to rep ratio. We need to bump it up one more. So every slash where we say, nope, no more weight, is an actual plus. And every plus is a double plus. A double plus, for me, and if you follow me, a slash means 0, a plus means 1 increment, 2 to 3 pounds, 5 pounds. And then the double plus means 2 increments of that. So 5 pounds, 10 pounds. Got it? Got it. I gotta grab Instagram real fast. It's got 10 more seconds on Instagram, and nobody's caught on Instagram yet at all today because they're buttheads. And nobody's in here either because they're all buttheads. I wouldn't watch me either. Alright, I can turn Instagram back on. Got that up, there, live. Not going to add a title for the second. The title should stay. Maybe if I copy it. Maybe if I copy the title, when I restart it, it'll, yeah, copy paste. Alright, anyway, on to dumbbell flies, or Pec Flys. We did 10 pounds last week in each hand. We're doing 10 pounds again this week. What's the weight I'm going to do? It's going to be 40 anyway. 40 I can move. Alright, we'll pull that guy out there. We'll grab our 10 pounders. Alright. I don't know what I'm doing there. Oh, balancing. Alright, so 10 pounds. 10 pounds. 30 reps. And if we were doing 1 to 30 next week, I would take that up to 12. Okay, so now we're moving on to incline bench presses. Did 35 pounds last week, we're doing 40 this week. Already got 40 on there. Now, if this were heavier weight, I would take the weight off, move the bar. It's only 40 pounds. I know that I can lift 40 pounds, obviously I just did it. So, move the bench a little farther out of the way here. Make this easier to drop. Take that. Put that there for right now. We can raise our bars up to the incline level. weren't so damn tight when they get farther past this bench level that I have right here, I would drop them down all the way to do the decline presses on Thursday. But even though I can jiggle them, money down, jiggle, jiggle. Even though I can wiggle them down and back up, kind of hard, a little stiff, I have a feeling if I put weight on it, it's going to get stuck. It's going to be really hard to get back up. Alright. Incline, so right where? That's right. So much easier to make marks, you don't got to count them. Alright. I think I pulled that in too far from my elbow. I have to be careful. Anybody who has been watching, I have to be careful. It's my elbow, because that's what I fucked up 2 years ago. That stopped me working out. I don't want to do that again. I don't like being fat. I don't like it. Not fun. I think that's right. That's right. All right. 40 pounds, 30 reps, incline bench presses. Go up to there. Come back there, so it's not under my neck. There we go. That's not right. Okay. Alright. That's not right. That's not right. That's a long spot. I had those in the right spot in the first place. That's where we should be. Alright, so remember when I said eventually the bench press will surpass the incline press? That was there. So we did 40 pounds, 30 reps. And once again, if we were doing 1 of 30 next week, I would keep that the same. Oh. Woo. There's nobody watching me. There's nobody watching me. Wait, how'd she do that? Dog stepped on a bee. What's that? My dog stepped on a bee. There's nobody watching me. Alright, anyway. Move the bench out of the way. strip our weights. There. There. Alright, military presses. I don't know why I bother with this. Doesn't go far enough up, but kids' habit makes me feel better. Alright, we did 8 pounds last week. We are doing 10 pounds this week. Again, you can stand, you can sit. You can do a double arm, you can do it single arm, you can do it alternating. I think I said I was going to do it alternating this time. I did. I did because I think I'm pushing to 10 where I was still wanting to do 8, but I wanted to move up. So, when you're alternating, and what I also like with alternating, I usually give it a little twist at the end. I don't know if that makes a difference. Does it make a difference? No. 2, 3, 4. You can do it this way. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13. I don't like doing all things. 14, 16, 17, 18. Well, that totally turns the burn. 19. I think I know why. 22, 23, 4. Oh! Woo! 5, 6, 30. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well then. Alrighty then. That was not good. That sounded more like Wilbur. Not Wilbur, Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed. How'd you do that? Hello, Wilbur. Horse, of course. You know when to talk to a horse, of course. Alright, so that was 10 pounds, 30 reps. Leaving that at 10 pounds if we were doing 1 and 30 again next week. Oh. I think I'm going to just barely get those 12 or 15, 2 15s. Yeah, considering I started feeling that around like 18, really started feeling it. Alright, so side lateral raises. We did 5 pounds last week. We're doing 5 pounds again this week. Really? Yeah, 3, 3, 3, 5. Yeah, that makes sense. Out of the way. This will be the last week for the girly colored weights. Pink weights are done. This is the last week we're using the purple weights. I will probably use these for the recovery week. For the turbo sculpts. At least the first one. Yeah. But the pink weights are done. I don't need the pink weights anymore. I really didn't need them for the most part in the first place. But I guess technically I did. I did 3 weeks in a row of side lateral raises, bent over straight arm lateral raises, and kickbacks. So I guess I did need them. I did need them. I will admit it, I needed them. Alright, side lateral raises. You can start here, or you can, I would recommend one foot slightly in front of the other to help you balance. Feet shoulder width apart. That's the proper stance. Again, you can start here, or you can start here in front. It doesn't matter. I prefer here, so I can just get it. It helps you get them up. Again, this works too. Nothing wrong with either one. Yeah, I would keep that the same for one more week. So, put a slash there. Alright, bent over, straight arm, rear, lateral raise. That one. On the bench, or bent over, either way. You can do it like this. You can use cables. Wrong one. There we go. Flat bench. Alright, I said we're doing 5 again, right? 5? 5. Alright, this is going to be single arm. We only need one weight. I always have to step over it. Alright, so if I was doing 1 to 30 again next week, I would take that up to 8. So 5 pounds, 30 reps, plus sign for next week. I know we're not doing this next week. But you get the picture. And just remember, take things up by your weaker arm. Or your weaker side. Alright, so now shoulder shrugs, we're doing our increment for Thursday, not next week. Thursday will be next week. So, let's see, last Monday we did 20 pounds, and I said we were leaving at 20 pounds for Thursday. So we go to Thursday, we had 20 pounds, I said we're going to 22. So that means we did 20s plus the wrist weights. And you can technically do a lot of weight with your shoulders, surprisingly. Carries your head around. Perhaps, kind of bear the weight of your head and neck, which is constantly in an upright position most of the time. Ow. But you have to be careful, because a lot of times you do these, if you're not paying attention, you stop going all the way up with your shoulders, and sometimes you start bending your elbows and realizing what you're feeling is you're more so measuring the distance that the weight goes from its lowest point to its highest point, and when you bend your arms, you're like, oh yeah, that's right, and eventually near the end, you're kind of going like this. You don't know it because you don't really feel it anymore. So you don't want to go too heavy. You also want to utilize a mirror or a camera if you can. Well, not a camera, but the display mirror image or whatever. When I got on live and I got on my camcorder there, I can see it. So, all right. Now these I use to keep my feet together. I still keep one foot slightly forward. So I don't want to tip over. Shoulders back, and then up as high as you can go. That's the position you want the entire time. Oh! Alright, so honestly, I would keep that the same. I'm going to keep that the same for Thursday. Which means, even if I keep that the same, keep it the same, it'll go up to 25. If I keep it, if I say on Thursday, I'm like, I'll just add weight, then it'll go up to 27 with the wrist weights again on Monday. Anyway, that was 22, 30 reps, keeping that the same for Thursday. This is one I'm actually keeping the same. Alright, shoulders are done. We're moving on to triceps. I'm already set up. We got one. We did 5 pounds last week. We're doing 5 pounds again this week. Again, single arm exercise. Same position. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. I have to do it this way. Even though I would just, okay, maybe I have a little OCD. I don't know. Anyway, so the straight arm bend, the one we just did, the shoulders is here. And then when I do the supported row, bent over row, there. The rear shoulder here, and then the tricep kickback here. You could do this. I prefer doing it this way. It doesn't matter. All right. That one I can hop on here. I don't know. I don't know. All right, here. Iffy. Iffy. Really not sure if I can knock out 8 at 30 reps. Or 30 reps at 8 pounds. Do what I want. You know what? No. 5 pounds, 30 reps, stay the same. Which technically means it's going to 8. Now the nice thing about the 2 of 15, I'll say it again, is that if your first rep, your first set isn't working, you can make adjustments for your second set. So if I get there, I'm like, well, yep. Probably should have said I'd taken up. Should have started with the 10s. I can do the 10s for the next set. And my arms already weakened out a little bit, just a tad bit, from doing the 8s that might have been wrong. So the 10s will be a little bit harder. Not as hard as it would have been on the second set if I did 10s in the first place, but it's better. So I really don't think I can knock out 30 reps at 8 pounds on the kickbacks. So, being honest with myself. And again, if I fuck this up, I'm done. For another year or so. At please, until it settles. And I gotta go back to just doing the light shit. I don't want to keep doing the light shit. I want to push my way through it, make sure I'm doing it right, make sure I avoid injury at the same time. So going too heavy, too fast is going to be hurtful to me and to you. Don't go too heavy, too fast. Take your time, do it right. You will see results. Give your patience. All right, so skull crushers. We did 12 pounds. We're doing 15 this time. All right. Again, this is a two-armed exercise, but a single-weighted exercise. It's a double-handed, single-weight exercise. All right. So. Situated here. So this is the move here where it's above your head. That's why it's called skull crush. So you wrap your hands around it like that. You want to be right at the end of the bench. So it goes all the way down back here. Alright? You don't want to go straight up because you'll hit the back of your head. You'll start crushing your skull. Alright? Here and bring it up there. Okay? While skull crusher, you fuck it up. I have to switch my hands because I'm an anal tomato. That's not going to pull me out. That will. Alright, so. Now, that is the only double armed exercise that I'm going to recommend that you take up in a single arm increment. So, like anything else, if I was doing barbell curls, I would take it up 5 pounds at a time because it's a double arm exercise, so 2.5 pounds per side. Just like I would take dumbbells up 2 to 3 pounds per side. It's so dumb. Yeah. So, like I said, single arm exercises 3 to 5, 5 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 15, 15 to 17, 17 to 20. Single arm exercises. Alright? Double arm exercises 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright? Except for the skull crushers. You should take those up in smaller increments, if at all possible, to avoid crushing your skull. Okay? So, that being said, I would not normally take that up. I would leave that at 15. Now, of course, that is going to go up anyway. Because of the set to rep change. He doesn't do it there. You don't do it there. First one, now see, personally, I probably would have put it in the second one. It'd be like, get more intense as it goes. Whatever. So in that case, I would use the 15-pounder with one of the wrist weights. Instead of putting it on my hand, I would wrap it around the bottom half of the weight. So it's down here, my hands are up here holding it. It's still going to be 17 pounds. So, yeah. And then if that's not good enough, I'll bump up to 20 at the second set. So, anyway, one last exercise left. We got the close grip tricep pushdowns. That's on the machine there, here, there. Just, boom. That's it. We did 20 pounds last week total. We're doing 20 pounds again. Let me get the bench out of the way. Wouldn't be pushing it that way. I got to put it over here anyway. It needs to be out of the way for tomorrow. Because we're doing ab work and we're doing the cardio cardio warm up. All right, 20 pounds. I have more than 20 pounds on here. I just got to take off the 7.5. Okay, we did 20 pounds, 30 reps, and I will keep that at 20 pounds next time. Yeah. All right. Some of these I feel like I'm undercutting myself a little bit, but again, at the same time, if I'm going to make sure that I don't injure my elbow, I want to make sure that I'm playing safe on all of them, just in case my elbow is going to be involved. Because I'm already feeling, like I said, I'm wearing this today because it felt a little wonky this morning when I got up. And every so often, you grab a weight the wrong way, you pick it up, and it's like, oh, crap. Like I did when I moved the 40-pound bar from here to here, I brought it up too close here, and all that weight pushed back here and into there, and I felt it. So the nice thing is so far, I'm just feeling a little. It's just feeling a little slightly like annoyed, I guess, irritated, but it goes away real quick. So as opposed to when I heard it, I kind of knew it was coming. I was doing the upright rows. I'm like, something. Maybe I'm just not doing it right. I'm like, I'll do it again next week. Then I switched over, but I was doing it 3 times a week, and that's what completely fucked it up. 3 times a week, I was adding weight, without allowing the little muscles and tendons in here to strengthen enough to lift the weight that my shoulders wanted to lift. So, if you have injuries or old injuries that get irritated when you do stuff, just be careful, keep an eye on it. Okay, I'm 44 years old. I have issues. I'm 44 years old. It happens when you get older. I do martial arts a lot. Judo, being thrown across the mat. I was everybody's practice dummy. I basically got free lessons. By coming to class, the additional fee was waived by being everybody's practice dummy. So I got thrown on the mat a lot, even for somebody training for their black belt in judo. I got thrown. I was 30-some years old. I got thrown around by a very pretty 19-year-old girl. Whose dad could probably also kick my ass too, but dad and her. And of course, you were allowed to take your judo test using your strong side on every test. They didn't like switch it up on you and say, all right, do this throw right-handed, do this throw left-handed. No, you can do every move. There's a lot of moves to do on your black belt test on your strong side. So needless to say, I got thrown probably over 100 times in a row. Now those mats are soft, but it's just like doing a belly flop. The water's, you can dive in the water, flop around, swim around, it's fine. But you smack that surface, it's going to sting. So being thrown over and over again on my side, and I'm doing the proper, on the ground. But after a while, you're like, oh. Finally, another guy walks and goes, "Hey, Joe, no, I'll do something." I'm sitting there, I'm like, "Thanks." So you get thrown around a lot in martial arts. Okay, those of you who do it know. And after a while, you get, it's like watching the professional wrestlers. That's why they all look. A lot of them are in horrible shape now. Because they're doing all these over-the-top, extravagant moves that are just destroying their body. All for entertainment. Which is cool, that's fine, that's what they want to do, they like it. But it takes a toll on your body. So, granted, I never did that stuff. But, again, whatever. So, day 1 is done. I'm going to take all this shit upstairs and get it uploaded to the computer before I don't think I'm going to work, but my son decided I think he's going to Cedar Point on Wednesday, which is his normal day to come over. So he's coming over today. So we switch days. So yeah,